Welcome students. This is El-Refaei, math teacher for both AS and A2 level. In the second part for chapter 1 lesson 1.2 we're going to talk about writing an alternative form for the modulus functions. What is the meaning of alternative form? I'm going to represent this function in a way that I'm not going to write the modulus sign. How can I do this? I'm going to use the same examples I used in part 1 to focus on the vertex. The vertex is 0, 0, and the vertex is a crucial point where the line changes its direction from the decreasing form to the increasing form. So I'm going to write, instead of one function, I'm going to write two functions. One of them presents the decreasing part and the other one presents the increasing part. And where the change in direction happens when x equals 0. So I'm talking about increasing part where x is more than 0 and the decreasing part where x is less than 0. Okay, so I'm going to move to x, which is inside the modulus sign. I'm going to write x, and x in this case will just for the value of x is more than 0. For example, is 2. So let's substitute. 2 will give me 2. 3 should give me 3. 2 somewhere here. 3, 3. 4, 4. So the increasing part is correct. Let's move to the decreasing part. And I'm going to write x. Substitute negative 2. Negative 2 should give me negative 2. And according to my table, negative 2 should give me 2, not negative 2. So I'm going to convert the negative value to be a positive value by multiplied by a negative sign. Let's get another example to check this part is correct or incorrect. Let's use negative 3. Substitute negative 3. Negative 3 by negative, it gives me 3 somewhere here. So the second part is also correct. Now, I solved the problem for x more than 0, and I solved the problem where x is less than 0. I still have the problem with x equals to 0. So I have to write the equivalency sign. Whether I wrote it for the increasing part or the decreasing part is correct, but I have to choose one of them. Most of the students choose the x more than 0. Well, it's correct, and I prefer to choose the increasing part. Let's move to the second one. I'm going to use the same method for part 2 as I used for part 1. I already sketched x minus 5 modulus, and I have to focus with line change its direction 5, 0. I'm going to say I have two parts, the decreasing part and the increasing part, and the line change its direction where x equals to 5. So I'm talking about x more than 5, the increasing part, x less than 5, the decreasing part. I'm going to focus on 5 minus x minus 5. Let's substitute 7. 7 minus 5 gives me 2, so this part is correct. Let's move to the x less than 5. I'm going to write x minus 5. Substitute 1 minus 5 gives me negative 4, and the answer should be 4, not negative. So I have to multiply it by the negative sign. Let's just check. 1 minus 5, negative 4 by negative gives me 4. Excellent. Another example, 2. 2 minus 5, negative 3. Negative 3 by negative, it gives me 3. So 2, 3 somewhere here. So this also became correct. I need to find where I have to write the equivalency. I'm going to write it at the increasing part. Third one. I have to focus for the vertex, and the vertex happens when x equals 2, so it's 2, 0. So x more than 2, x less than 2, 3x minus 6. I'm going to choose a 3. 3 by 3, 9, minus 6 gives me 3. So there's no problem for the increasing part. Let's move to the decreasing part. 3x minus 6. I'm going to choose 0. 3 by 0, 0 minus 6, negative 6, and it should be positive. So I'm going to multiply this by a negative sign. Let's get another example. For example, x equals 1. 3 by 1, 3. 3 minus 6, negative 3. Negative 3 by negative, it gives me 3. 1, 3. It will be here. So it became correct. And then I have to write the equivalency sign. Okay, let's move to the last one. I want you to think how to write the alternative form for the last one. Pause the video for 3 or 4 minutes, write your answer, and then revise your answer with mine. Did you finish? Let's do it. Now, as I know, the vertex is a 3, 1. So I'm talking about x more than 3, x less than 3. I'm going to write for the increasing part 2, open bracket. I'm going not just to write the modulus sign. I'm going to write it as a parenthesis or any normal bracket. X minus 3 plus 1. Let's try to check this is correct or incorrect when x is more than 3. 5. 5 minus 3, 2. 2 by 2, 4 plus 1, 5. So this is correct. To the decreasing part, 2 x minus 3 plus 1. I'm going to use x equal 1. 1 minus 3, negative 2. Negative 2 by 2, negative 4. Negative 4 plus 1 give me negative 3. 1 minus 3, negative 2. Negative 2 by 2 plus 1, negative 3. So how can I change negative 3 to be 5? Where I have what I have to do and where I have to do it on this part to convert the answer from negative 3 to 5. Yes, student. Problem happens here. It should not be negative 2, it should be 2. In other words, it should not be negative 4, it should be 4, because 4 plus 1 will give me 5. To get 5, I have to multiply the bracket by a negative sign. Okay, so instead, if it will be 2, it will be negative 2, because a negative by negative will give me positive. Let's check. Negative 2, 1 minus 3 plus 1. Negative 2 by negative 2 plus 1. 4 plus 1 will be 5. I need to check. I'm going to use x equals 2. X equals 2 is less than 3. So negative 2, 2 minus 3 plus 1. Negative 2 by negative 1 plus 1, it will be 3. So 2, 3, 1, 5, 0, 7. So this is correct. Now I have to write the equivalent sign, and I'm going to put it for the increasing part. Take a revision for the transformation that we learned at AS level. The first equation having no transformation. The second one, what is the type of transformation I have here? I'm going to consider the absolute value sign as a normal bracket or a parentheses. So it will be translation 5, 0. Horizontal translation, 5, 0. Second one, pause the videos for 2 or 3 minutes and discover out what are the types of transformation I have here. I have two types of transformation. Oh, first of all, translation. I have a translation, text 0, and it's horizontal translation. Plus, I have horizontal stretch. With a factor 1/3. First, translation horizontal, 6 units to the right, followed by a horizontal stretch with a factor 1/3. The last one, I have translation 3, 1, vertical and horizontal, horizontal 3 units to the right, vertical 1 unit up, and I have a vertical stretch with a factor of 2. With a factor 2. I hope today's class is clear, student. See you in another class.